I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, but I've been so busy and occupied with other things, just haven't come across the time to do it, and now is a good time to do it. This video is about how dealerships should treat you and how I was treated. There's nothing scripted about this video. You guys know I solely deal with a single dealership by the name of Dishman Dodge, and I wanted to share my experience. They don't know about this video. We haven't spoke about it. This is a genuine review, or an honest review. My experience with them. If you're new to the channel, I've had 4 engines fail, model year 22s, and Dishman Dodge helped me with every single one of them. So here we go. I've never had engine issues. I've never had any other model year issues than 22s. 22s is where my nightmare started, and hopefully that's where it'll be left. I have not bought a single 23, and looks like 24 isn't too promising. I'm kind of holding off for the 25s. Gotta go. God, I love this thing. It's always fun to punch this TRX. And gotta slow down, So with that in mind, just let me talk about my experience, because certain things were met, expectations were met, and certain things they're over exceeded. You know what I mean? By far exceeded. And I think that's a well-deserved underlining and things we need to talk about. So when my engine failed, when my first engine failed, it was new to me exactly what was going on. I went through all the records. That's one thing Ram requested off the bat. Hey, show me your service records. And I did. I showed him my service records and everything I've done to that engine and how religious. They didn't ask a word after that. When I showed them all the records, they said, all right, we're sending out a new engine. It was more of a curiosity thing on their side, because I'm one of the few guys, early birds, you know what I mean? I had a model year 22. And if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me right, by the end of 22, my truck already had close to 100,000 in the shop getting the engine yanked out. There's not a lot of people out there that do that kind of mileage. So with that being said, they ordered a new engine, and that process took a long time. I mean, we're talking months. Nothing to do with Dishman. Dishman put in the order. They had their recommendations. They're like, if you have any questions, here's a phone number. You can ask them. You can check up on the status of your own order if you'd like. But at a certain point, you can only wait so long, especially being a new vehicle. You had, there's certain things you're counting on, and not being there for months, it definitely cripple you. At the time, I think we had about 20 units on the road, so 10 out of 20 isn't that large of a percentage, but a one-man show would definitely go under. I think we're on our 4th month. I don't want to be misleading. I came into Dishman, I said, listen guys, I need your help. I need you to buy this thing off of me, because I'm paying insurance for something I don't have. Maybe one of these days, if you guys are curious, I could talk about insurance in the trucking industry, but the insurance I'm dealing with is a freaking joke. They're a horrible company. I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, if you're curious in the comment section, let me know. I'll make a video about insurance. Keep in mind, I've been in the trucking industry over a decade, and I've had 2 trucking companies, so it's a double whammy, good and bad. I can tell you which ones to go with and which ones not. Now back to Dishman. Dishman said, all right, what do you really want? I'm like, just let me walk away with this. He's like, okay, we'll pull up what you owe on it, what we can pay, and I walked away. They paid off the loan. They took the truck. It was a okay deal for both parties. As far as what they paid for it, it was in top dollar, but knowing the fact they knew, the truck's in pieces in their own shop. They knew the status of the truck, so they bought that truck off of me. As I'm wrapping up that deal, I pull another truck in with the same issue. So they knew already about a second truck coming in, or being in. It was just dropped off. So they didn't back out. They didn't play the whole chicken game, oh my God, this and that. No. Second truck came in, I gave a couple months, same thing. Ram was just behind on they're behind on their parts. That's just simple as that. So with that being said, on the second month I came in and said, Dishman, could you help me? I said, all right, what do you need? I'm like, can you buy this one off of me? Same process. Keep in mind, this truck has about 100,000. I'm telling you, these guys went in and beyond to do everything they can to get Ram to give me the parts, but you know, they can only do so much. Hell, Ram can only do so much, because if they don't have the parts, they don't have the parts. So it's a chain reaction, you know. Dealership calls the manufacturer calls the supplier, and it's just, that supplier probably has his own supplier. You know what I mean? It's just how the cookie crumbles. My point that I want to underline is the fact that Dishman never backed out of anything they said they would do. If they said they're going to do it, they did it, and they did it to their best abilities. Also, a big key point and a big helping hand, I was struggling with Ram. I have 2 19s and 3 2020s. And here's what I was struggling with Ram. They did not want to give me my money that I paid to change out the pumps. Because when they came out when they were coming out the recall, they're like, yeah, we know we have a problem. Nothing new here. This thing, it's always hungry. The Ram said, we have a problem, but if you have, receipts that you've addressed this problem yourself, we'll reimburse you. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the recall number is Y72 or Y27. It's a fuel pump. It's a legitimate thing. So I filled it out with Ram once. They asked for proof. I sent them proof and they went dead. I filled it out twice, just nothing. So Dishman got a hold of this. They asked me, they're like, hey, how's that coming along? I'm like, it's dead in the water. Ram isn't doing nothing about it. And this video is going to be long because we're talking about 2 different things, and they're very important things. They're legal and human at the same time. They're legal matters, and there's human. Customer service is more probably where I'm the forefront. Customer service. Excuse me. So Dishman called everyone they knew. They're like, hey, this dude buys a lot of trucks from you guys. Y'all better help him out. Do your part of the deal. You'll send him a letter saying you'll reimburse him, but then you go quiet, like finish the process. And I mean, Dishman did everything they could. They had service managers, as far as I know. I'm not 100. No, I am 100% sure. I mean, it got to where the owner got involved. I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing that much information with you, but the point is, Dishman went in and beyond. Is Dishman the perfect dealership? No, but Dishman are real people. They're not some corporate that just kind of throw you to the side. Dishman's real people. You come and address your real world issues with them, and they do it to the best of their abilities. If it wasn't for Dishman, I could almost put money on it. Ram would never reimburse me. Once I got to the higher people in Ram, they're like, whoa. I literally got, one day I just got reimbursed for all those. I mean, they've had the receipts 3-fold by this time, if not 4-fold. I mean, 4 times I've sent them the receipts. It's always something retarded. Oh, can't open the file. Well, I am sending a PDF file. Well, we're not receiving it. Dishman's like, we'll send it. So they send the files. It was retarded. What, Ram? Either it's a lack of competence as far as a company on the Ram side. I'm not sold on that. I saw a little bit of both. But anyways, Dishman pursued it, Ram delivered. So that is the underlining line there. They didn't just leave you hanging. They took care of you. Both sides. Props to both sides. As I said, I don't think I would have I know I would not have my money back if it was not for Dishman. Dishman did the best they could. They did everything they could, honestly, genuinely. This isn't no BS of, yeah, let's see what we can do for you, and they go missing. No, they're like, yo, dude. They're like, dude, Paul bought enough trucks from you guys. Paul sold quite a few trucks for you guys. Y'all don't know about this kid, but he's done videos, and he's done nothing but good about Ram. Like, said nothing good about Ram, right? And they did. So that's the part where I was blown away, honestly. I was not expecting that kind of reaction from Dishman. They're like, what? You still haven't gotten your money? You you put 5 pumps in, and then you have the shop deal. I'm like, yeah, I got invoices and everything. I'm out quite a bit of money. I think it was about $20,000. They're like, all right, let's see what we can do. And that was awesome. That was freaking awesome. So the main reason I'm sharing this, it's not just my experience. It's what you could possibly experience at a dealership and be like, am I the only one dealing with this? That's what's the point of this video. So Dishman, thanks to Dishman, they really gave me they got me my money for the repairs. Ram was just being an idiot. I might have been, the thing that I was thinking, I was probably being flagged for a scammer, because I mean, so many trucks from a single dude, from a sole party. I mean, if you're talking about some big company like a Vista, or some water company, or some Verizon or Comcast, something like a big company, yeah, they could see so many trucks. But like a small little dude, nobody knows about Paul. And 5 trucks isn't a lot, but for the time that 5 trucks were sold were pretty big, because you gotta remember, this was during COVID, when things were just through the roof and retarded, and everything was at a standstill for the most part. So with that being said, that's what I wanted to underline. I wanted to underline the fact that Dishman are real people. They're not a corporate, and they will take care of you, and they took care of me. Down the road, I think on the 3rd or 4th truck, they're just up front like, Paul, we can't give you this kind of money for the truck. What I was asking, I think it was the 3rd or 4th one, I'm not 100% sure. Like, but this is what we can do, and they're realistic, and they gave me all they could, and more than they could. Not more than they could, but they genuinely attempted to do the best they can to help me get out of the hole, and they've done that. So, to wrap up this video, we got a dealership that cares about their customers. Not only do they care about their own services, they're like, whoa, hold on a sec, Ram's really dropping the ball here. They went out, and I mean, service went out and sales. The 2 departments went out, and management started calling like, dude, you guys need to help this dude out. He has all the proof. He has the trucks. Have at it. Ask any question, but let's finish this up. Give him his money back. And they did. So, I don't know. I can't tell you a whole lot of craziness, but the fact that they went in and beyond to make sure I got my money back from Ram, which I rightfully was entitled to, or whatever you want to call it. Like, they said they would pay me back, but then they're playing some stupid game. And then when crap hit the fan and engines started going down, they did everything they could to get those trucks right back up and running. I've had a 5th truck. No, it wasn't a 5th truck. It was a 4th truck, but it's the 5th truck I've sold. I've sold 1 truck without an issue because I got a good deal on it. Anyways, fellas, so with all that being said, now you have something to compare your experience to. Now you have something to say, well, if they've done this to them, you know what I mean? The real test is in comparison. You could hypothetically imagine all these things, how you should or shouldn't be treated, but the real world's a whole different ball game, and that's where it really counts. That's what really dictates the day-to-day life. Excuse me, hold on a second, guys. Excuse me, just a little under the weather. Anyways, so that's that. I wish I could tell you some crazy stories, but as I said, getting me my refund money for the recalls in and beyond, they exceeded some of my expectations as far as selling them my trucks. Some of them fell short, but nothing that they are at fault for. It's just it's just the nature of the business. They can't gift you money. They could possibly reconsider their offer, see what else they can, how they can make a better deal for both the parties. But they will always try, and that's the bottom line. That's what you want as a customer. You want to know that you're dealing with a dealership, not that they're only taking your money, and they're gladly taking your money, but they got your back when the time comes. They'll get you. Anyways, fellas, I'm gonna wrap it up. And yes, I've purchased every single Ram but one from Dishman. It was the 2nd truck I ever purchased. The salesman did not take me serious. I don't know why he decided to do what he decided to do. I'm like, listen, It just doesn't make any logical sense. I think the difference was $4,000. It was an identical truck, besides one was red and the other one was white. And he did not want to budge on the price. So I just literally took off next day to Boise and bought me the burgundy one. The truck that has 700,000 miles. If you watch my channel, you'll see that we rebuilt an engine 700,000. That's the only truck I did not buy from Dishman. The rest of the trucks are all from Dishman. I mean, shoot, they even let me buy this thing from... right now, it's not as hard to get your hands on a TRX, but back when I bought this thing, it's not that long ago. I think it was, December or January of this last year. It was still kind of tough to get your hands on. I mean, shoot, even to today's day, sometimes people will come up like, dude, can I check out the TRX? I've never gotten the chance to look one in person. I'm like, dude, they should open the door. As long as the guy's not covered in grease, they usually open the door. I'm like, oh, have a seat, man. Check it out. Shoot. I even had a sales guy a few days ago. I'll update you. I'm selling 2 more 22s. I had a sales guy go, oh, dude, that's such a cool truck, and I've never seen one in person. I'm like, shoot, have at it. It was idling at the time. I'm like, flip the throttle. Let it ring for a sec there. Anyways, fellas, as always, may the Lord bless you. May y'all have a mighty fine day, and yeah, let me know what else you want to know. These finicky questions, a lot of people won't talk about them, but I'm up front. I'll tell you how it is and what it is. Anyways, God bless you. Bye.